In the days long, long ago, when the earth was young and full of people, something sad began to happen. The hearts of men and women turned dark. They forgot to be kind. They forgot about God. The Bible says, God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth. Genesis 6:5. Everywhere, people hurt each other and did only what was evil. And it grieved God in his heart. He said, I will destroy man, whom I have created from the face of the earth. Genesis 6:7. But in the midst of all that darkness, there was one bright light, a man named Noah. The Bible says, but Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. Genesis 6:8. Noah was good and faithful. He listened to God when no one else would. One day, God spoke to Noah. He said, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence. Genesis 6:13. Then he told Noah to build something never seen before, a giant ark, an enormous wooden boat 3 stories tall, 300 cubits long, 50 wide, and 30 high. Noah wrote down every detail carefully. God said, with thee will I establish my covenant, and thou shalt come into the ark, thou and thy sons, and thy wife and thy sons' wives with thee. Genesis 6:18. Noah and his sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, worked hard for many years. They chopped tall trees, smoothed wood, and hammered planks together. People laughed at them, but Noah kept going, trusting what God said. And the Bible says, thus did Noah, according to all that God commanded him, so did he. Genesis 6:22. When the ark was finished, God told Noah, come thou and all thy house into the ark, for thee have I seen righteous before me. Genesis 7:1. And then, something wondrous. From the forests, deserts, and skies, the animals began to arrive. Lions and lambs, elephants and eagles, snakes and songbirds. 2 by 2 they came. Noah opened the doors wide and welcomed them aboard. Then came the day. The clouds gathered, dark and heavy. The Bible says, the fountains of the great deep were broken up, and the windows of heaven were opened. Genesis 7:11. Rain poured down, not for 1 day, not for 2, but for 40 days and 40 nights. The waters rose higher and higher, until even the tallest mountains disappeared beneath the waves. Inside the ark, Noah, his family, and the animals were safe and dry. God shut the door himself. Outside, the world was silent, but inside, there was hope. And the waters prevailed upon the earth 150 days. Genesis 7:24. Then, one quiet morning, the rain stopped. The sun peeked through the clouds. The Bible says, and God remembered Noah. Genesis 8:1. Slowly, the waters began to go down. Mountains appeared again, and the ark came to rest upon the mountains of Ararat. Noah opened a window and sent out a dove to see if the land was dry. The dove came back tired and empty. He waited 7 days and sent it again. This time it returned with an olive leaf in its beak. Noah smiled. Soon they would walk on dry ground again. Noah built an altar and thanked God for saving them. And God blessed Noah and his family. Then he placed something beautiful in the sky, a shimmering rainbow. God said, I do set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be for a token of a covenant between me and the earth. Genesis 9:13. It was his promise that never again would a flood destroy all life. And every time we see a rainbow, we can remember God's promise of mercy, faithfulness, and new beginnings. And so, from one man's faith, the world began anew. Noah's story teaches us that even when the world grows dark, one heart full of faith can light the way. Just as God remembered Noah, He remembers you. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a blessed day.